Well, today on Nation Window Cleaners Podcast, we are talking about the single biggest thing you could ever do to grow your company, to blow it up. It's the dentist close. It's in depth. We're going into it again. So if you are a window cleaner looking to get into window cleaning or have any type of frequency-based service business, it's going to be a good one for you. So stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What is up? If it's your first time here, welcome. This episode is going to be the biggest thing you could possibly do to your company, so I hope you enjoy it. Go back and watch. There's 8 years worth of content every single week. Have not missed a week, knock on wood. Go back and watch it. If you're not new here, what's up? Thank you for coming back. Thank you to everybody who follows me on Spotify and subscribes to my personal YouTube channel. Everything, especially orders from me, because you guys are the ones that make it possible for me to live on this earth. So, thanks. Anyway, a couple quick shout outs to 3 random people that are more than random, but awesome, that order from me. We have Andrew Barrick. What's up, man? Dusty Welshins. And Matthew Masadi. What's up, man? By the way, those are 3 awesome people. So if you see them around, you'd be like, dang, you got a shout out on a little industry podcast. That means nothing, but it's pretty cool. So anyway, thank you guys for ordering from me. You make it possible for me to buy hair gel. Thanks. Anyway, so today we're talking about the dentist close, and I'll go into it. If you don't know what the dentist close is, or you've heard of it or not, I'll let you know. It's just a dumb name I came up with years ago because when I started talking about like frequency, people would go, well, yeah, that's just too often. It's too much. I mean, now I think they're more like two every 2 years. The truth of it is, you go to the dentist, and the dentist, before you even see the dentist, usually, you have your next appointment booked. And you're like, well, yeah, I mean, that's the dentist. You got to go every 6 months. Who told you that? Oh, wait. A dentist. You're like, well, yeah, because the dentist is the specialist. He's the guy who knows what he's doing. He's done this a very long time. And, I mean, this is all he does. He knows dentistry. And he knows you're supposed to be here every 6 months. Really? I personally, if you guys don't know, I'm keto, now carnivore, but loose carnivore. I don't eat sugar. Haven't eaten sugar in 7-8 years. Some of you probably remember Fat Jersey. Some of you probably don't. But I haven't had sugar in a long time. I don't care that you do. Just, I don't. So I have not had a cavity in 20 years, probably 20 years. Okay. I still go to the dentist every 6 months. They poke around and go, oh, everything looks good. Like, I know. They kind of clean your teeth and then you're good. What is the difference between a dentist telling you you should go to the dentist every 6 months when nothing changes and a window cleaner saying you should get your windows cleaned every 6 months? You go to the dentist every 6 months, they clean your teeth. Well, yeah, that's why you go in. They clean it, right? That's why we clean your windows, right? So the dentist close, and the idea is just for that name to kind of get over your brain, right? Because so many people, and you have pivotal moments in your life that you're like, whoa, I just never knew. This is one of them. I talked to this guy who, well-known kind of in the industry, and he said something to me. This is 100 years ago, but he said this to me when we were talking. He goes, I don't advertise to my existing customers. I don't email them. I don't bug them. If they want to use me again, they will. What are you doing? This is a long-standing company. Like, how would you possibly think you're going to grow with good numbers? How? I mean, you're putting in so much work to do that every time. It's like filling your car with like a cup of gas at a time. Well, I'm still driving. I just got to stop, fill up more. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So, talking about frequency, I mentioned dentists do it fell into the dentist's clothes, and that's what that is. When you're done with your service, before you leave the property, you're booking that customer for the next appointment. And you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, my customers wouldn't do that. You're wrong. That's a dumb statement, because your customers are not different than anybody else's. And this may come as a shocker to you, but you have other window cleaning companies in your area. I talk to hundreds of window cleaners every single week. We'll say over 100 window cleaners a week. So that's hundreds of different window cleaners in a month. I talk to people in your area, right? There is no area in this country that does get away from the psychology of this. And we talked about psychology of words, and I'm very, very interested in that, but it all comes down to how you say it, how you ask, how you do all of those things. Really genuinely comes down to it. And in this whole piece, there's a big difference between a job versus a company. And so many window cleaners, you've been on the forums, probably. You've been on the groups, probably. You've talked to other window cleaning companies, probably. You've seen some really big ones. Again, doesn't matter that you're big, but we'll say strong. And then you've seen other ones where you're like, oh, like you're just doing this for beer money, which is fine. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Cool. Still glad you're here, glad you're listening. But if you don't, and you actually want to either grow this, or you want to be stronger, make more money, more profit, all that stuff, there's a difference between a business and a job. Like if you have a job, you go and you make a call, hey, can I clean your windows today? And they go, yes. You go, okay. And I clean it. And I go, thank you. And I take the money and I leave. That's a job. You just have a job. You could work for any window cleaning company and do the exact same thing. They tell you where to go, you're done. But a business is so much more than that. This is where people not fail. Let me rephrase that. I don't care if you're big or little. I think that's your decision. It's your business. Awesome. But there is a huge difference in having an asset, a business, and a job, not an asset. If you're an owner-occupied business or an owner-operator and you do $100,000 a year, that's fantastic. That's a great job. You got some freedom. That's awesome. When you go to sell that $100,000 a year thing to somebody, you're going to get like $5,000. You're like, what? There's a multiplier. I'll get 300. No, you're not. You're selling a job. If you sold that to me, I would give you a few $1,000s. I have to look at your numbers, but it'd probably be far less than $10,000. Yeah, well, then I wouldn't sell to you. Okay. You wouldn't sell to anybody, because anybody who's smart enough is not going to buy a job for that. They're going to add those names, just people who like window cleaning, into their list. It's just a list of names. But building a company or a business, that is value. Now, if I came to you and I said, okay, great. So last year we did 100,000. You're like, okay, awesome. What's scheduled now? We got probably, a couple customers next year, kind of, great. So nothing. If I came to you and said, hey, I did $100,000 last year. Next year, we have $89,000 already scheduled in for the year. Guess what? $89,000 scheduled is value. Now I know, man, if I advertise on top of that, I could have a $200,000 a year. I could have a whatever, right? The difference between a job and a business is just that. There's a long-term, short-term, there's a mid-term, there's all of those plays. And creating a thing is a business. Businesses, you have to figure out your marketing. You have to blah. If you just have a job and you're like, I get some customers and then I put Facebook ads out and get a couple people through there, that's still a job. You just are working harder for that job. And if you want that, that's awesome. I am just some dummy. It doesn't matter, right? I'm just a guy explaining some things. But there's a difference between a job and a business. Now, the business of growing something, when you're like, man, I don't know how these guys do it. They're like $1 million company by the time they're 21. That doesn't make any sense. It's impossible where I am. My customers are... Here's the thing. Let's say you get $50,000 worth of new work every year, just for even numbers. You start year one, $50,000. Woo! You start to year two, You get $50,000 worth of new work, and a couple people randomly will call you. Woo, you're at like 60. The next year, you get $50,000 worth of new work. A few more random people call you. You're now at like, or wait, what was that? 50 on top. Yeah, 60. You're at what, 90,000 maybe? 70,000, 80,000 by year 3. Does that sound familiar? Okay, now, if you do a dentist close, this is in any business, any size, any spot that you are, first year you do 50, second year you book almost all of them. We'll say 45. $45,000, I'm still getting $50,000 worth of new work, just like I did in the first scenario, exactly the same. Now I have $95,000 this year. Now, year 3, I get 90,000 of that work again, scheduled already. I get 50,000 more. I'm at $140,000 year 3 instead of 60, 70. Now, that is once a year. We're talking twice a year. When you're like, oh, my customers won't go for that. Yes, they will. I know they will. This is a proven thing. I know so many window cleaners. Just ask if they're doing the dentist close. If they're doing it right, there's guys doing 100% close rates, guys doing 90%. It's every 6 months. So now we do the same scenario. Remember, year 3, you're at like 70. The first, not doing a dentist close. When you get into the first one, 50,000 in new work, okay? Year 1, 50,000, both the same. I'm doing the dentist close, which means 25,000 of that maybe would be in the very beginning. So then those are scheduled for the second 6 months of the year. Instead of $50,000 for year 1, I'm doing 75,000. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Year 2, I now have everybody else done in for the year. That's $100,000 from year 1. That's already scheduled in every 6 months for this year. I started January 1st with $100,000 on the books. Now I got my $50,000. I'm at $150,000 year 1. Actually, with 6 months, same theory, you're at like 175. This is in the second year of business. That third year of business, I now take that same amount, put it in. Now we're every 6 months, right? So that 50,000 is really 100,000. Okay? Second year, I got another 50,000. That's another 100,000 in every 6 months. Now, year 3, I'm at over $200,000. You're still at 70. Let's go to year 4. I got, first example, a couple more. Now I'm at like 80. Maybe I'm in year 4 and I hit 100,000, right? Maybe your numbers are better than that. Awesome, but hear me out. In the scenario with the dentist close, I had $200,000 year 3. I take that and I put that back into the next year. I have $400,000 before I even start the year. Like, you understand how compounding that is. When you hear these companies that do these phenomenal things, you're like, dude, how did you get so big? That's how. You're out there starting the year. You got your party hat on. It's January 1st. You're like, yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah. I got loaded and now I feel like crap day 1. And I wake up and I have not one job on the books. That is 90% of companies don't have any work on the books. They're like, yeah, it's going to be a good year. You think, right? So this is how the dentist close works. You're compounding everything. Everything. You're building on building on building on building, right? If I do $100,000 worth of new work, 50,000 we'll say, $50,000 worth of new customers that I collected in 1 year means it's $100,000 a year for as long as I can keep them. Every time, $100,000. Next year, I already start with $100,000. I'm getting another $100,000 because I got $50,000 in new work. I just schedule them every 6 months. Okay? Super easy. I'm going to get into it. Let's go down and break down into it. First, I just want you to know I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. And I know this is a shameless plug, and the shameless plug works. Eventually, you will buy from me. It costs you nothing extra, but it's like an awesome high five saying thanks for the content, and you get a cool kid sticker. And you want to be a cool kid. People who buy from me are cool kids, and the Cool Kids Club exists. and it's not a thing that's allowed for everybody. If you're buying through the website, you're not quite a cool kid yet. I mean, you probably are. You know what I'm saying? But order from me. My number is 862-312-2026. Worst shameless plug ever. But that's how I make my money, is I put orders in, I get commission on the back end, and you don't pay any extra. Plus, you got somebody awesome like me. Plus, I make sure you get your free gift. Plus, I make sure you get all your stuff that you're entitled to and fitment and all that stuff. And it's awesome. And then I can go home and, be happy. Also, if you haven't yet, get a subscription to the American Window Cleaner magazine. This magazine, also something I own and also something I make money on, sort of. This is more of a pet project that I don't really make a ton on with all the work and everything that goes into it. But this magazine has been around since 1989. And yes, this is the T-Squeegee takeover for Squeegee Life takeover. Anyway, also with the sticker sheets, phenomenal stuff. Get a subscription. It's not only a cool magazine, it's really a fun read. Lots of really good articles. Just another way to kind of learn and nerd out. So awcmag.com. Get a subscription. I see when you get a subscription, and it makes me happy. Also, I think I always tell you guys, Jobber is amazing for a CRM. That's in the links. But anyway, won't talk about that now. So, back to it. Okay, the dentist clothes as far as everything that it is, we're getting you into a business, not a job, right? But it has to be done right. If you talk to anybody and they're like, yeah, I get a couple people, but you're doing it wrong. No, I'm doing it right. Okay, here is something I would like you. I never give you guys homework, ever, but I'm going to right now. In this process, the next person that you work with, just turn a recorder on. Have it in your pocket when you're talking to them. Well, you can't record people with the... Okay, well, if you're putting it out there, that's something different. Check your local laws, blah, 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 blah. But I want you to hear how you do this, how you say this, because I do something with people, which I think is amazingly fun because it's extremely telling. But I will do role-playing, not that kind, get your mind out of the gutter. But what I do is I'm like, okay, cool. I'm the customer. You're the you. Let's talk. You just finished up. You knocked on my door. Let's do your closing speech. Well, yeah, so, yeah, it's... And then they go into it. I didn't feel any of that. The wording matters. If you don't believe me, go back and watch or listen to the episode on the psychology of words. But here is why this works and how you say it. When I'm all said and done, now, mind you, I have an intro speech, like, hey, thanks for having us out. We're going to get started if you haven't, blah, blah, blah. Got that. In the end, I'm going to collect payments and a satisfaction form that we give in the very beginning. And here's my speech. Hey, Mrs. Jones, so we're finished, wrapped everything up. Windows are awesome. This is where I would say if something's broken or there's hard water, hey, just so you know, in the front, there's going to be some spotting on there. It looks like they're dirty, but that's actually mineral deposits if that drives you nuts. Let us know. We can take that off, $25 a pane. That's our pricing on hard water removal. That's the first little blurb if they have it. Or if something's broken, say, well, Mr. Jones, everything turned out awesome. Your windows are beautiful, but that back window does have a crack. You probably already knew that. We didn't touch it. We didn't clean it. It's still going to be dirty. We just don't want to do that. Make it worse. Okay? That's out of the way. Then I go right into it. Okay, perfect. Did you have a chance to look around, Miss Jones? Oh my gosh, yes. It's everything is so beautiful. Perfect. Well, remember, we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and really, if you see anything, spots, streaks, smears, smudges, you see it in morning, noon, and night, different lights, please let us know. We'll come back, make them look beautiful. From what we could see, they turned out awesome. Oh no, I bet they're fine. They're probably okay. Awesome. And then finally, did you have that? I call it the bad news, but did you have that payment I could take from you now? Oh, yeah, because I always tell them in the beginning, put it in the envelope. Take that back. Okay, that's my spiel. Now you're like, well, that's a lot of talking. No, what it is me setting up the happiness. I said, did you get a chance to look around? I didn't say, did it turn out good? Because now they're just answering my question. They then say, oh my gosh, Alan, it looks so great. They've said that. They put it in their brain. It's great, right? Now I get all the payments. Yes, they already paid me, right? Yeah, they paid me because it was so good. They know I have 100% satisfaction guarantee. So even if they see something, they are absolutely covered. This is now and when I leave. They're absolutely happy. Awesome. Here it is. If you're taking notes, take notes. Okay, perfect. And Mrs. Jones, do you want that next appointment in 3 months? Or did you want to wait 6 months? 6 months actually gets you into November 7th. That would be a morning appointment just like this. Okay? Why I said it that way is 2 things. First, I never asked. Hey, do you want the 3 month or 6 month? That was my question. I didn't ask yes or no. My question was 3 month or 6 month. And I said it in a way that it's an assumptive close. Every customer we do does it like this. I didn't say, did you want to go ahead and schedule it? Because then that's a question. It's not a question because every customer does this. It's in my brain already. It's in their brain already. 3 months or 6 months. I know most people are going to go to 6 months. So I say 3 months. I don't give them a month, time, dates, anything, but I go 6 months. And I go into the date and time, and it's the same time as this appointment. Now, what that does is it allows that person to go 3 months, 6 months, and, oh wait, and they're saying more things. Now, instead of thinking 3 month or 6 month, they're like, oh, it's just an appointment just like this one. The date is in November. Oh, that seems so far away. And it's a morning. This one actually was good. Now they're not thinking about if. They're thinking about, does this morning work? And then I told them the month. Like if I said 6 months, what is it? August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So if I said 6 months from now is February, you'd be like, what? That's like just before spring. That's so far away, right? Great, because I softened a 6 month. I told them the time. In their head, they're already like, that's a long time away. Yes, this morning appointment worked great. I already said I looked around, everything looked good. I convinced them it would look good. I know that they're protected even when I leave, and I know I liked it so much I gave them money. That exact spiel, just like that. All right, Mrs. Jones, did you want your next appointment in 3 months, or did you want to do 6 months? 6 months gets you to November 7th. That's a morning appointment, just like this. That's it. That is it. If you vary your words at all from that, if you ask yes or no questions, if you are not absolutely confident, you are not going to let them know you're confident. If I said the same thing and I said, okay, Mrs. Jones, so on the next appointment, did you want to do a next appointment? If so, we could do 3 months. Maybe we could do 6 months. What do you think? Did any of you reschedule with me? No, none of you did. It doesn't work in my area. I've tried it. You did it wrong. I did not make the conversation go in a way. I did not help guide it. You don't go to the dentist and the dentist go, so like, did you want me to like scrape your teeth or did you want like, no. Like, okay, perfect. Did 6 months from now gets you to here? Is that same date as time as this? Right? They're assumptive. We're putting this. Let me just get all this out of the way before the dentist comes in, before your dental hygienist comes in, before your teeth get cleaned, before your. The idea and concept of how to guide the conversation is how this works, and the confidence, which there's so many of you are not confident. You don't have to. I mean, here's the thing. You know you're an awesome company. You know that what you do is going to translate to happiness. You are making customers excited. Nobody's ever got their windows cleaned like, hey, how'd everything turn on? They're like, yeah, well, I had to get it done, so not real happy about it. But if somebody said that, you'd be like, okay, is there something I can do to make it? Yeah, no, it's fine. You're like, okay, well, I'm not coming back here. Everybody you do is happy, ecstatic. They're so happy because it's a luxury and they're treating themselves. They're really, really treating themselves. So why not make them happy again? You know you're the best choice. I mean, confidence in the same side of this is like if you see you're at a party, barbecue, whatever, and this little kid like a toddler goes running towards a busy street, you're going to knock people out of the way to save the little kid. You're not going to worry about stretching their clothes by grabbing them. You're not going to worry about knocking them over, spilling their juice. You're going to stop the kid from going in the street because it is absolutely the best idea. That's confidence. Confidence in your company is just, yes, I'm the best. Like, you don't have to go, well, I don't know. Are they going to think that I'm pushing them to? No, you're the pro. You recommend every 6 months. I recommend every 6 months. I do jobs every 3 weeks for some people. I do lots and lots of monthlies. I'm not going to tell somebody no. I think 6 months is good, though. You get your seasons, and 6 months is about how long it goes before you start to notice dirt again. I like 6 months. It keeps the buildup off. It keeps hard water from forming. It's a great time. You know that too. You know you're the best company. You know that you're the best service. You know that you are the right one. When it comes to telling the customer that, you're shocked and you're shy and you're not confident. And you think you are. And then you get done and go, well, nobody ever says yes. What happens is somebody says no to you enough times, you assume they're going to say no to you, and you get in there and be like, hey, yeah, did you want your windows done? They're like, no. You're like, okay, I figured. You've sold it in your head. The hardest thing for sales in general, for route sales and all that stuff, the hardest part is the no. The best door-to-door salespeople, which I don't like that in window cleaning, but there are some amazing door-to-door people who just get pooed on all the time. And they're like, okay, cool. Thanks, Mr. Jones. And they keep going and keep going and keep going. Those are the people who do not think they're getting no's. This is the one. This is the one. If I go in thinking this is the one that's going to say yes, I'm so excited. Hey, yeah, so we can get this done for you. The confidence is there. If you think it's happening, more of them happen. This is not some weird magical anything. It's the tone of your voice. It's the confidence you put out. It's the everything. You're the professional. If you do a window and you're like, I don't know, like, do you think I should clean all of them? They're like, how do you not know this? What do you, like, what? You're confident in some things, you're not confident in other. If your dentist close is not doing 95 plus percent, 100%, you have an issue. You have an issue. It's not your area. It's not your customers. It's not your whatever. It's you. Now, that is not a blast on you, because guess what? We improve all the time. You're listening to a podcast about window cleaning. Some dummy on the other side is just yelling at you and not meaning to yell at you, but he is. And you're like, I'm going to be better now because I have this. And even if you get done with this whole show and you're like, you know what? It's just not for me. Cool. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. I'll tell you, if you want to be big, it's the only way. It is the absolute only way. Because when you talk to people and they go, man, I'm slow. I'm way slower this year than I was this time last year. You done messed up. Because if you did the dentist close, you would never, ever, ever be slower than you were this time last year. It is not possible. You see this? You see how this works? Because if I did $100,000 last August, and I did the dentist close, not only did I get them 6 months later at $100,000, I'm going to do that again now. $100,000, big number. $10,000, whatever the month was. If I did my every 6 months, I'm going to have $10,000 already in the books because I did that last year this time. And it is not possible that in a month's time you can't find one person who wants window cleaning. You're doing something wrong in that. So I will always, 100% of the time, factual, this isn't me making stuff up. If I do a dentist close, I will never, ever be slower this time than I was last year. It's not possible. Now, accelerate that out and go, okay, well, if I'm not, so if I made $10,000 last year, this time, and those guys who are slower than they're making like $8,000, how many of that's new work? Pair that on. Now, the lowest I'm going to do is $15,000 this year, even if there's like way less new people coming in. That $15,000, by the way, is twice a year. Now it's $30,000. The numbers part always mess people up because I talk fast when it comes to numbers. But understand that's how compounding work works, and that's how timing works. When you talk to these guys who are doing these giant numbers in growth, that's why. That's because every customer they get, they're going to have 2 times a year for as long as they can keep them. Customer calls and they're like, yeah, I got a $500 job. Not you, I'm talking to the guy behind you. You have a job, not a business. You're like, cool, I got $500. All right, I can Go advertise, try to find more people. Thanks a lot. Call me when you need me next. The business said, awesome. I just got $10,000 over the next 10 years. What? I'm looking at it 500. How did you? Because I'm going to get them every 6 months. It's $1,000 a year. I'll probably have them for 10 years. $10,000 every customer that comes in. That's the difference. You're compounding. You're building on top of building. You have the work and it's getting done, and it's getting done more than ever. The other thing is that people go, well, most people just have it done once a year. Look at your books. Really, really go look at that. You're wrong. Most people do not do it once a year. Most people do it longer than a year, closer to 2 years. There are a lot of people that do it every year, if they do it kind of on their own, but it's not most. Look at the numbers. Instead of that, even if you say, well, most people do it every year, you doubled your company with this one thing. One thing you've changed, you've made people happier. You are now in front of them more often. They're going to refer you more often. They're going to give you reviews. They're going to fall in love with you. You're going to build a better relationship because they know you and see you more often. And you just instantly, from one podcast, from some dummy who's sitting in an office in front of a black screen, you just doubled your company. You're welcome. Anyway, if you want to repay me or say thank you or not, let me put your orders in. Even if this show sucked and you're like, yeah, this guy's an idiot, but I feel bad for him because he probably has a lot of hair gel to buy, then let me put your orders in. My number is 862-312-2026. You could just search jerseywindowcleaner.com. You'll find my number if you can't save it, but save it in your phone. Text me. Text me every time you need supplies. You don't even have to go shopping and put it in your cart. If you want to, absolutely. I get people go, hey man, my cart is saved, run it. All the time. I got probably 10 of them messages right now this morning, that I have to put in. But if you're like, hey man, I'm up on a roof and just thought about this. I need a 2 gutter gizmos and a 12 pack of Etterate rubber. Sweet. I'll put it in. I'll ask you the questions, verify your address, get it in. Done. Easy peasy, and it costs you nothing extra. So 862-312-2026. Shameless plug is going hard this week. Got to make that money, man. Also, I'm buying my daughter a car today, by the way. So actually, I do need the money for that. Anyway, here is another one, the American Window Cleaner magazine. Get it. This issue is fantastic. It's from the Squeegee Life Boys from their podcast. They took the whole magazine over, including the stickers. If you haven't seen all of those cool stickers that you see on everything that are window cleaning stickers, that's where you get it for. So, anywho, go ahead and let me know what I can do for you. But more importantly, for next week, do the dentist close, man or ma'am. But more importantly, go out there and be epic.